So this is attempt number 5 of lino printing. And this time I'm using a different transfer method to what I've been doing previously. I personally found it really painful to have to redraw the image I'd already created with a pencil and then have to scrape over the back of it. Never quite found it looked the same. So this time I'm using an acrylic matte, which I saw someone recommend on YouTube. The one I'm using here is actually called Mod Podge. But basically all I had to do was print the image I'd created in Procreate out using my inkjet printer, then paint a layer of glue on top of the block and press the image against it. I then just left this for 24 hours so the glue could harden and transfer the ink. Once that hardened, I just kind of scraped off a layer of paper to reveal the transfer. There's probably a better way of doing this, but I actually just used my fingernail. You almost have to make sure you're not taking off too much, almost like you're trying to leave a thin layer of paper behind. And once you've scraped it off, it does look messy. Most of this will be carved off and any residue can just be rubbed off with water. So this is the image I created on Procreate. And here's the block transfer. In my opinion, it's just a more accurate way of doing it. For the blocks, I'm finding it way easier carving these blue rubber blocks I ordered from Amazon compared to the grey SD blocks I had previously. Especially because all I'm carving at the minute is small A5 pieces. Once I finish carving, I just use a bit of water to scrape off any remaining paper and ink, because you don't want it to interfere with the ink transfer when you start printing. And then I just cut off any remaining kind of residue with scissors. So I carved this square earlier so that I could transfer some colour background to the piece. I'm using this ink pad I picked up from Hobbycraft. I've never actually used one of these before, so it took me a good few times to apply the ink smoothly. I mean, on the video it looks like I almost did it in one go, but it took me maybe 5 attempts to get a good consistency, and even then it wasn't amazing. And rolling ink, I'm still getting used to trying to get the right consistency, which I know is really important. It takes me a good few tests to get it looking better, but it's something I'm definitely not great at. I mean, you can see this by the first few prints. Some spots need a lot more ink and some spots need less. Again, this maybe took me 5 prints to get it to a place where it looked almost correct. I genuinely like the messiness or the imperfection of a messy print, but it's definitely something I'm looking to get better at as I go along. But this is how this attempt turned out.